So I want to get your intake with the COVID vaccine first. Can you give us a little bit of information about the COVID-19 vaccine, please?
Yeah, so it's a loaded question, but I'll just start off, a quick overview of what it is and some of the mechanisms, and just give a brief overview because I've gotten a ton of questions about it. So, in frank detail, there are a ton of COVID vaccines that's out there right now, and I think most people don't really think about how many there is, but there's about 10 to 15 that may make it to the market this year. But the
Okay.
main two that are approved right now is the Pfizer vaccine and the Moderna vaccine. And those two vaccines are going to be using this mRNA technology, which everyone is like very concerned about. This is the first of its breed. And I posted on some of the stuff in my podcast about this. I had a question like, hey, this is a brand new vaccine, and how does it even work? So to break it down in very simple terms, we have this message that is the RNA for most of us, then it's going to be injected inside of us. And once it actually reaches the cell, the body gets that message and say, hey, the message says, make this protein. And that particular spike protein is going to be, which is going to be housed on all of the COVID-19 actual virus itself. And once our body recognizes that protein that we make, the message itself is eliminated. All mRNA that's in the body is eliminated after it's made the protein. So that first part is going to be completely eliminated by Excel. I'll cut this part out. That's what it's called. By so all of the mRNA is going to be eliminated through the body just by the mechanism of how it's made. Once you make the protein, that's also going to be recognized by the body, destroyed by our incredible immune system. And once it's going to be destroyed by the immune system, the most important part is the fact that it's going to leave behind antibodies. That way we can fight this virus in a more impactful way if we're exposed to it again. The good part about all of this, again, I always say it's temporary, that the message is put into our body, and then we have long-term immunity, long-term remembering of the virus and how to attack it. So that once we actually come and exposed to this virus again, the hope is that we're able to inhibit the reproduction of the virus to where it makes us sick. But more importantly, which I think we're getting more information on from other vaccines, and I believe in probably like 4 or 5 months, we'll have more information about asymptomatic spread. And my personal belief of how that works is that we have such low viral loads that it's hard for us to be able to shed that amount and cause an infection to another person again. I caveat that I'm not an infectious disease trained. I caveat that I did not make the vaccine. I caveat all those things. Just my personal belief of what I've read and personal belief of what I've seen other vaccines work. So that's more of the mechanism. Again, only of the 2 mRNA vaccines that are available right now as of in early January of 2021. There's a host of others that may come through that have completely different mechanism how they work. So I'm only speaking towards those.
All right. So just in layman's terms, so the vaccine has a mRNA, which is a message for the DNA for your cells that you're going to be injected into you through the vaccine. Your body's going to take that message and it's going to be like, hey, let's make this antibody. So when we do get in contact with COVID-19, we have a way to produce and fight the virus. And that's how we build immunity through the vaccine. So everyone know how the actual vaccine will work.
Yeah, and I think the only caveat is that the DNA is not heavily involved in this. I think that's another component. The DNA is not involved. The RNA just makes the protein, and then it's eliminated. The RNA is no way in contact with our DNA. Again, my understanding of it, and then we make the protein.